You have been waiting for the right conditions, waiting for the timing to be better, for the odds to improve, for something in the situation to shift just enough to make the move feel reasonable. In the summer of 1560, Oda Nobunaga had 2,000 soldiers. His enemy had 25,000, and he attacked. The year was 1560. Japan was fracturing. Dozens of warlords were fighting for control, and the most powerful of them, Imagawa Yoshimoto, had decided it was time to march on Kyoto and seize the capital. 25,000 men moving west. An army so large that the villages emptied ahead of them, that the smaller lords folded without a fight, that even the most confident generals looked at the numbers and understood. This was not a battle. This was a tide. Standing between Yoshimoto and Kyoto was a young warlord named Oda Nobunaga. He held a single province. He had 2,000 soldiers, partially trained, poorly equipped compared to what was coming. His advisors came to him with the obvious answer: retreat, surrender, negotiate terms and survive. Nobunaga listened. Then he did something no one in that room expected. He called for his armor. He walked out alone into the courtyard and performed a brief dance, a section of the no play Atsumori, about a young warrior who accepts death before battle. He did not explain himself. He put on his armor and rode out. 2,000 men followed a leader who had decided that the size of the enemy was not the relevant fact. On June 12, the summer heat broke into a violent storm. The kind of storm that stops armies' blinding rain, thunder that drowned out voices, mud that made every step cost twice what it should. Yoshimoto's army stopped. 25,000 men sheltered in a narrow gorge called Okehazama. Generals in their tents, soldiers resting, drinking, waiting for the storm to pass. No scouts deployed, because who would be insane enough to attack in this? Nobunaga attacked in this. His 2,000 men moved through the storm, using the thunder to cover the sound of their approach. They found Yoshimoto's camp before the camp found them. The attack lasted minutes. Yoshimoto was in his command tent, listening to his men perform, completely certain that no one was coming. 2 of Nobunaga's soldiers reached him before the guards understood what was happening. The greatest military force in Japan fell to 2,000 men in a storm. Not because the odds changed. The odds never changed. 2,000 against 25,000 is the same math in any weather. What changed was one man's relationship to the word impossible. Nobunaga understood something that his advisors did not. The moment when conditions are worst is often the moment when the enemy stops watching. The perfect conditions you are waiting for, the same perfect conditions, are what your competition is also waiting for. When everything aligns, everyone moves at once. The crowded field, the obvious moment, the reasonable timing, these are not advantages. They are where the fight is most even. The unreasonable moment is where you find no one. The storm at Okehazama was not a problem Nobunaga solved. It was a weapon he picked up off the ground because everyone else had decided it was a reason to stop. He went on to unify most of Japan. He revolutionized warfare. He changed the country so completely that historians divide Japanese history into before and after him. It began with 2,000 men and a storm that everyone else saw as an obstacle. You are waiting for conditions to be right. Reasonable conditions will produce a reasonable result, a result that anyone with the same conditions could produce. The question is not whether your conditions are good enough. The question is what you would do if you stopped waiting for them to be. Nobunaga did not win at Okehazama because he was reckless. He won because he understood that the storm that stopped his enemy was the same storm that was trying to stop him, and only one of them had a choice about which one it would be. The conditions will never be right. The storm is always there, The only question is whether you are the army sheltering from it or the one moving through it while everyone else has stopped watching.